All right. What is up, family? I hope everybody's doing amazing on this call. Today, we're going to speak in English because we also have other organizations that don't speak German on the call right now, guys. So let's do the best out of it. I hope everybody here had a great day. We are actually here in the Netherlands. We are crushing meetings, launching new teams, guys. And we are really, really excited for this call. Guys, I am personally excited for this call. Guys, I've been 6 years in this business and I can count by the hands the calls I've been excited for the last months. Okay, guys. And I can tell you one thing. I'm really, really looking forward to what I'm about to learn from this individual. So I'm going to keep it short, guys. We will not lose that much time because I want to give the time to our special guest, Baurjan. I know he's already here, guys. And I'm going to be honest to you. This man right here is a case to study. I'm going to say that again. This man right here is a case to study. The individual that is going to speak on this call for the next half an hour, 40 minutes, okay? This individual is not that typical individual that you see on team calls. He's not the guy that you typically see on events, hitting director and hitting big ranks. This guy is completely out of norm, okay? I've been leading some conversations right here with the Dutch squads, and they have been working with Baurjan, so they really know how it is, guys. And they've been telling me stories, and I just laugh out loud because, as I said, this is a case to study, guys. So just so you know a little bit more about this, about his story, about his come up, this man saw the vision of network marketing when when he had like two people in his business. So when he had two people in his business, he quit his job and he went all in with network marketing. That's how insane he is, guys. So I remember they telling me that he was 70K in depth, and then all the odds and all the possibilities were absolutely against him. Baurjan is not only somebody that is there where we want to be nowadays, but is also somebody that used to be where many of us are right now. Okay, he started really from the bottom. He had to learn everything, and he had to work up and be self-made to be in a position where he is right now, guys. His upline had to pay for his foods. So just so you guys understand what was his come up. And I was listening to the story, guys, and I'm just gonna say it like this. This right here is the most inspirational story in network marketing I have ever listened to. It is the most inspirational story I have ever listened to. So you guys understand, Barshan hit the level of E2000. He dropped of the rank. He left to Turkey, okay, just because he wanted something new, just because he wanted to start something new, guys. And now watch this. All right, he got in tune with the spiritual side of success. He got in tune with the power of the invisible. He learned Russian. Just so you guys understand what I'm telling you right now. He learned a completely different language just to build in that country. He learned Russian. He left to Turkey. He learned Russian to build in Russia. And now he's the number one in the whole Russian market. He has built organizations over thousands of people over whole Europe, Asia, and all of the Russian speaking countries. This is pretty insane, guys. Have you guys just listened to what I just told you? So many people on this call, they are uncomfortable when it comes to building in their neighborhood. They're uncomfortable when it comes to building in their own country, where they know the culture, they know the people, they know the language. This man literally learns a different language to build right there and build the biggest organization in this company when it comes to that country. Guys, let's drop some 7 minutes in the chats for that, because that is not normal. So if somebody knows how to talk about success, if somebody knows how to backtrack and explain how to master the power of spirituality, it is 100% a Baurjan, okay? So he's definitely not somebody who was there financially where many of us want to be. But just look at his lifestyle, guys. He's living in Dubai. He has a beautiful wife. He's married, okay? He has 2 kids. And he's just living a happy life. He is free. He is his own boss. And you know what is the most important thing? Guys, this man has invested so much money in his own value, so much money in his own personal development. I don't know if you guys know Joey Dispenza, but he invested in his coaching, okay? And Joey Dispenza is a doctor when it comes to neuroscience, just to understand the way our brain works. So just right now, guys, you are going to get value that people are waiting for for months. People are able to or willing to pay thousands of euros just to be on this call. I hope everybody here has that awareness, all right? And don't really take this for granted, guys. You know, one more thing, the same day, Baurjan, after all his troubles, after all the sacrifice he went through, after building it up every time, Baurjan, the same day he hit a 5-figure rank monthly, was the same day he found out that his wife was pregnant. So this man really knows when it comes to alignment. This man really knows how to be successful in all areas of life. So Baurjan, bro, I'm so thankful that you're gonna speak on this call. Okay, I gave you already the co-host who you can unmute yourself. But before you start talking, my brother, guys, let's please put a thank you in the chat for Baurjan, because we really don't take it for granted. Let's turn on all of our cameras, because I know, guys, for a fact that everybody that don't have their cameras on right now are doing something else. And trust me, guys, trust me, you don't want to miss this value, because this can be the information that changes your whole situation. This can be the information that makes you 10x your income, because this man is known for making that into people. Like Luke just told me, Daniel, bro, when Baurjan speaks on calls that night, my organization couldn't sleep. So guys, let's be ready. Let's be really, really ready for his words. Baurjan, bro, thank you for everything. Spasibo, my brat. The stage is yours and we are ready to learn. Let's go.
Okay, perfect, brother. Thank you for all of your kind words. To be honest, Daniel is one of the kindest people I've ever met. You know, I just love how he is as a person. He's just such a beautiful soul, and you know, it's an honor to be here. Thank you guys for welcoming me in your in your community. It's an honor for me. I don't have to do this. I get to do this. So it's I'm honored and blessed on having you here today. And yeah, I'm just grateful. I'm just I just love life. I just love every single moment of it, the ups and the downs. And yeah, it's crazy that I can speak here in front of 81 people this evening, and people taking notes, people taking their time and energy. Just know that, you're amazing. I love you for who you are, even though we don't know each other. Just know that you matter. And yeah, thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve you. That's a God's blessing, and really I hope that this call can a little bit transform your life into, maybe not an easier life, but into opportunities for you to become stronger. And that's when life gets easier. Like Jim Rohn says, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. The same wind blows on us all, is the setting of the sail that really makes a difference. And that's really, my story. I'm not someone special. As you can see, I don't have the straightest teeth. I don't have the smallest ears. I don't have the best beard. I see people here on this call who are more beautiful than me, more stronger, more smarter, more competent to do what I do. But still, in life, you don't get what you want. In life, you get what you think you're worthy of. And that's very important. So I'm going to repeat that again, because that's really, what my life is still all about. It's not about success. It's about worthiness. And most of you, not most of you, but some of you, and if you think it's you, it's all about you. And if you don't think it's you, it's especially you. That's always how it works, like, right? So, most of the times we don't hit levels of success that we want to achieve, not because we're not competent, not because we don't have the skills, not because we don't do the actions. It's because we think we are not worthy of the result that we're striving for. And that's the main key here. Is my main question, ladies and gentlemen, here is today is, do you think you're worthy of the result you're working for? Think about it. Like, drop in the chat box. Do you feel that you're really worthy of, having a lot of money? Or are you ashamed of it? Do you think you're really worthy of an abundant life? And most of you will say yes. But when it comes down to, really feeling like, okay, this is mine, this is for me, it gets to a whole other level, right? So, that's a different conversation, of course. So today, I really want to share value, not out of a standpoint of knowledge, but out of a standpoint of, identification. So let's talk about this. For the past 5 years, I've been studying Dr. Joe Dispenza. I don't know if you know this guy. Dr. Joe Dispenza is, one of my number one mentors. This is a guy who makes spirituality something which is, you know, rational. He demystifies the mystical. And really, he changed my life in terms of, you know, in life, you don't get what you want. In life, you get who you are. You don't see life as it is. You see life as you are. And this is a very powerful statement when you understand that your life is a projection of your personality. Nothing more, nothing less. You know, so this is why I don't ask the question, what should I do to have? Ask the question, who should I become in order for me to have? Because your personality is the reflection of your personal reality and vice versa, right? So your personality, there is two words in it, personality, personal reality is literally the reflection of your personality. So let's dive deeper into it. So, you know, we live in a kind of a world, let's say it like that, where there are certain aspects. We have certain keys, not keys, sorry. We have certain tools to our disposal. Like we have our five senses, right? We have sight, smell, hearing. If I can see it, you know, if I can hear it, if I can touch it, if I can smell it. Those are the five senses, right? This is basic stuff, right? So you have to know that, you know, so let's start with something different. I'm just trying to find my words because all day long I was doing Russian calls and I need to find a little bit a different part of my brain which is not Russian, right? So what do I mean by it is, let's discuss the term, in life you don't get what you want, in life you get who you are. If I ask you the question who you are, what would you answer? Answer in the chat box, please. If I ask, like, who is Eric, who is Colin, who is Jan, who is Dino, who is Daniel, who is Sander, who is Leia, who is Marie, who is Valentino, who is Irfan, who is Tom, who is Philippe, who is Manuel, who is Vicky, who is Juliana, who is Simon, and so forth and so on. Who is it? Like, what would you answer? I'm just curious. Do you know who you really are? You know, that's what is the identification of myself? Like, if I would ask you, who is Erion? Who is Gabriel? Who is Nico? Okay, I'm a student of life. I'm a disciplined person who want to help much as possible. Okay, fine, cool. You know, the truth about the truth is that there is no truth. The only truth is the perception of it. So whatever you say, that's your reality. And that's the reason why you see certain things that you don't want to see. Because I'm going to say you something. Look, who you are is not what you have. You know, a personality is not who you are. That's what you have. Your body is not who you are, is what you have. Even your emotions is not who you are, is what you have. You know, sometimes we have a bad day and we say like, oh, I'm a negative person, or that's a negative person. Not possible. There is no human being that can be negative. It's a person who has constantly negative emotions. So the problem is not that you have negative emotions. The problem is that you identify yourself as your emotions, and that's the problem. So the same with the like poverty. Like people, they don't see results. They identify the lack of the results. And this is why in life you don't get what you want. In life you get who you are. If you identify yourself as a person who lacks the results, it's impossible to get results. You can work all day long, you can hustle, you can grind, you can whatever. You can prospect 1,000 people per day, you can trade 1 million trades per day. You will not see any results. Why? Your personal reality, your result, is a reflection of who you are. Who you are is not who you are. Who you are is who you think you are. And that's the only truth. So this is, you know, like I'm going to give you an example. And this will hit home, right? Because on a conscious level, we all think we are positive, abundant people. If I would ask you, like, are you a positive or are you a negative person? You would say, I'm a positive person. But that's on a conscious level. There are two operational fields or two operational levels within a human brain. It's the conscious and the subconscious mind. It's like, you know, a conscious thing is which is connected to our five senses. If it's not connected to our five senses, it's something beyond our scope. It doesn't make any sense, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. So this is why it's your subconscious mind. So I'm going to say something, which is very, very important. I'm going to give you an example because I'm talking gibberish again. I tend to have that, I tend to have that habit that I'm speaking not, doesn't matter. So listen up. Imagine, and I don't want to hurt anybody. It's not like something personal, but it's just a good example in my opinion. So imagine if you're overweight, and that's only your opinion. I'm not going to say you're overweight or skinny. I'm not going to judge you. It's just an example, right? So imagine someone thinks that he or she is overweight. Okay, cool. We all understand what overweight is. Like, I'm looking in the mirror. I'm like, oh, I'm not happy with myself. Okay, that's that. So what I want to do is I want to change my actions, right? I'm going to change my actions. I'm going to change my habits. I look in the mirror and I'm going to say, I'm going to go to the gym. Is that a good thing or not? Of course, it's a good thing. We want to change ourselves. We want to change our reality. We want to change how we look, and that's fine. But your identity is what? I'm overweight. So your identity is overweight, and your actions are the contradictory. Your actions are, I want to be skinny. I want to be fit. I want to be healthy, right? So those are the contradicting factors here. You're on the other side, you are identifying yourself on a subconscious level. I have overweight. You have accepted the physical reality. So you are right now the victim of your own results. You're not the creator of your results. You are the victim of your results. You know what I mean? So you see in the mirror, you say like, okay, I'm overweight. So from that standpoint, so this is your starting, your foundation. Your foundation is I'm overweight and I want to change that. I'm going to say something. If you are running away from something, that's not possible. What does that mean is that you only can run towards something. This is a basic principle of psychology. You cannot run away from your feelings. You cannot run away from yourself. You can only run towards something, a better version of yourself. So it's the same that you say like, okay, I don't want to be negative anymore. Not possible. You can only become positive. You see what I'm saying here? So if you want to run away from your identity, it's literally you're doing the opposite. So if you identify yourself as overweight, what are you doing? You're actually working towards the affirmation of that identity. So what is going to happen in reality? You're going to start going to the gym. Okay, cool, all fine. First time, second time, third time, fifth time, what's going to happen? Tell me. We're going to lose consistency. We're going to lose motivation. Yes, we're going to lose motivation. Why are we going to lose motivation? Tell me. Because we're running away from something. It's hard to become someone else. Impossible. If you're a smoker and you identify yourself as a smoker and you want to quit smoking, it's nearly impossible. So you see then the only way to achieve a result, and this is not a lot of people will understand that, but truly try to understand it. When you identify yourself as fit and healthy, no matter the physical results, trust me, I will guarantee you the result will be much easier. When you see yourself not as who you are, but as you want to be. This is when affirmations come into place. This is when we say it's already done. You know, what we're actually doing with an affirmation is programming our subconscious mind on becoming that identity that we don't or yet, that we're not yet. So this is very, very important. And now I'm going to show something. I'm going to share my screen here. Can I? I don't know if I can.
Yes, you should.
I think I
Should
can.
work.
Okay, perfect. I hope nobody will like write on it, or will they? I'm not sure like how
Bro,
to.
if you tell them not to, they won't.
They won't? Okay, cool.
No,
That's
no,
a nice group. Amazing. Okay, cool. Please don't. don't, but it's most of the times not purposeful, you know what I mean? So yeah. Can you see my screen? Yes?
Yes, we can.
Perfect, perfect. So let's go here. So your personality, you know, other word for personality is paradigm or psychology or identity and so forth and so on. So there are thousands and thousands and thousands, you know, subconscious minds, doesn't matter. So look, this thing creates what? Thoughts. This is going to create your thoughts because a thought needs to originate needs to have an origin, right? It needs to have a source. Where do thoughts come from? From your personality, from your paradigm, from your psychology, from your identity, right? So this is a thought. Your thoughts can be positive, can be negative, can be lack, can be abundance, can be this, can be that, doesn't matter. So your thoughts are going to create a chemical reaction in your brain, in your body, which we call an emotion. Emotion. Energy in motion, but that's for another call, right? So emotion is going to create what? Action. It is scientifically proven that a person makes decisions not out of thought, but out of emotion. This is why marketing works. This is why graphic design works. This is why branding works, and so forth and so on. So action. You know, emotion creates action, not thoughts, not personality. It's emotion creates action. Action creates what? Action creates habits. If you do it on a consistent basis, it's going to become a habit, right? And then the habit creates a result. So when someone says you have to act in order for to see results, not true. You have to have the habit to see the results. One-time action doesn't matter anything. It has to be on a consistent basis. So let's summarize here. Okay? Personality creates thoughts. Thought create an emotion. Emotion create action. Action create a habit. Habit create results. So now the main question should be, what creates personality? Who knows? What creates your paradigm? What creates your psychology? What creates your identity? What do you think? Let me know in the chat box. Environment. Thank you. Who was it? Samuel. Thank you. Environment. Environment. Environment creates identity, right? Surround yourself with 5 losers, you'll be the 6th, right? So your environment creates your identity. Identity create thoughts. Thought create emotion. Emotion create action. Action create habits. Habit create results. So let's go to the example. I am poor. So I don't have money. You will not say you're poor. You will say, I don't have money. Let's talk about money. I love it. I love people, but I love money as well. You know, you can love everything at the same time. So environment creates identity. I don't have money. Why don't you have money? It's an illusion that you don't have money. There is trillions of dollars per day printing, you know. So that's not the problem. The problem is that you have accepted the illusion. The truth about the truth is that there is no truth. The only truth about the truth is your perception about it. You know, your reality is not what is. Your reality is what you have accepted as what is. So you have accepted that you don't have any money. Why? Because your environment is showing you the affirmation. You see everything is expensive. You see it's crisis. You see this. You see that. Blah blah blah. And so on. So your environment. You know, the most important phase of identity creation is from 0 to 12 years. 0 to 12 is when your psychology forms. You know, this is why when you have children, you need to be very careful what you give them through their 5 senses. You know, it doesn't mean that after 12 you cannot create another identity, but it will be harder and harder and harder. It's called neuroplasticity, the ability to adapt and to accept new habits, new identity becomes harder with time and age. It's just, the way our brain works. That's fine. So let's go further. You have accepted the fact that you don't have any money. Illusion, not truth. Even though you will say to me, look at my bank account, you will see that I'm right. I will never say that because your bank account shows only numbers. It's not a physical thing. It doesn't have any intrinsic value. Money in general doesn't have any intrinsic value. It's just numbers. It's not that you don't have money. It's you don't know how to get it, but that's a whole other story. That's why we're here in Gifu. I was almost going to say something else, but we're in Gifu, right? It's just a habit of 7 years. So yeah, identity create thoughts. Which thoughts are you going to have from your identity? Now, here it comes the most tricky part. Thoughts you can control. So you will say affirmation. Oh yeah, I am rich. It's already done. I am rich. But you're thinking it. You are not it. You're thinking it. Thoughts and actions you can always control. Identity is what creates thoughts. Why? Because we have two thoughts on a daily basis. Two. Subconscious thoughts and conscious thoughts. I'm going to give you the statistic. 90% are subconscious on a daily basis. 10% are conscious. So you are actually only controlling the 10%. And you have the illusion that you have a wealthy mindset. If I will tell you right now, bro, let's go to Dubai and let's spend 10K or 50K or 100K, what will you think? Immediately, automatically, you will say, bro, you're crazy. And that's the definition of identity taking over control 90% of the times automatically without your conscious decision. So on a conscious level, you are 10% conscious and 90% unconscious. So sorry, not unconscious, subconscious, sorry. So the fact that you're rich within poor identity is only 10% because identity controls 90% of your thoughts. Now you will disagree with me, but that's the reason why it's subconscious. You're not aware of them. You're not aware of the things that you're not aware of. You don't know what you don't know. And believe me, 90% of the daily operations you're not conscious of. I'm going to prove it. Question that I'm going to ask you today. How many times did you move your right foot and so you stepped today, how many times with your right foot and how many times with your left foot? Can you say it to me? Never. You cannot. So this is why it's subconscious. 90% of your thoughts, 90% of your emotions, because thoughts create emotions and so forth and so on, is subconscious. So this is why if you say you're rich and you think you're rich, but your results are not rich, so you have not the affirmation in your own reality that my results are the same as my thoughts, then it's the problem of identity. Most of the time, it's not a problem of action. How many times you had people in your team, a lot potential, like super hungry, a big why, but it's not coming. That person is doing so many actions, zero results. I can guarantee you the reason is identity. It's not action. I'm gonna explain everything. So these thoughts, 90%, generate emotion. So which emotion, if you have a poor identity, 90% of your thoughts are, I don't have enough. I'm not sure if it will work out. I don't know how to pay my bills. I'm scared for the future. This is not for me. I will never hit director. I will never be a six-figure trader. These are subconscious thoughts, right? Yes, of course, we do get them on a daily basis more than you think you do because you subconsciously you don't think. You think consciously, and that's the problem. You know what I mean? Are you still with me, guys, or is this too difficult? Let me know. I'm just checking the audience. Like, is this Is this something that you can relate to, or should I talk about just like motivation and discipline and yada 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 and blah blah blah, you know? No? Okay. Because I don't like to talk about average things. Okay, cool. Let's go. So, your emotion will be fear, doubt. Fear, doubt, 90% of the day, and ambition, optimistic, blah blah blah, 10% of the day, right? Yeah. Am I right? I am right. Believe me, I'm right. I've studied this for 3 years, almost 24/7. So believe me, even you don't agree with me, this is about you. It's about your subconscious thing. Ambition, yeah, I know. So yeah. So emotion, fear, doubt creates what? Action? No, it creates inaction. Did you know that an inaction is also action? The fact that you cannot make a decision is also a decision. So you're always acting. Sometimes it's funny when people say, this person is not doing anything. Not doing anything is also action. We're always doing something. Sometimes it's in the direction of our dreams. Sometimes it's in the direction of our emotions. And that's two different things. So, what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is to identify the 90% subconscious. Because to be honest, when you are focusing on action, and this is the number one mistake that many people do, which I did 10 years ago, I focused on action. Okay, bro, how to be consistent. Okay, bro, how to be disciplined. Okay, I need skills, 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 skills. To be honest, this is like, this is important, yes. But if you have not results, the problem is not here, my friends. The problem is here. It's always here. Always. Identification is always the thing. You know why? Because some people don't have any skills. They don't know anything and earn millions and billions of dollars. You see people, they don't know how to write their names. And they have more results than you. Sometimes it's frustrating. You say like, bro, I'm working harder than you. I know more than you. I have more skills than you. And I then don't have, I have less than you. Less health, less wealth, less freedom. How can it be? Identification always. Okay. But I will go a little bit deeper into that. So action or inaction create habits. And of course, results. Now, dangerous thing the most dangerous thing is that your result is your environment. You see? And this is the circle which goes round and round and round and round. Your identification says, I'm poor. You have 90% on the subconscious level. You don't, or you're not aware of those thoughts. You're only aware of 10%. So you live in an illusion that you're doing well. Bro, I'm thinking positive thoughts. Okay, but that's not enough. Can you identify yourself as a positive person? Only then you will truly think positive thoughts. It's not about thinking, it's about being. It's not about doing, it's about being. It's not about having, it's about being. Jim Rohn says, and this is one of the most powerful quotes that I know from Jim Rohn, success is something you attract by the person you become. He doesn't say success is something you attract by doing a lot. He doesn't say success is something you attract by thinking positive. To be honest, I don't agree with Napoleon Hill. It's a fair statement, but he wrote the book Think and Grow Rich. In my opinion, it's an illusion. It's about become rich and be rich. It's not about think. Because when you read the book, thinking is only one fraction of the success. So now, I will tell you something shocking, which when I heard it for the first time, I was like, we're living literally in the matrix. So look, your subconscious mind is actually not a mind, it's a mechanism. Let's look at birds. Birds, in German, it's Vogel, no? because in Dutch it's Vogel. Yeah, it's not the same. Yeah, okay. Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch, but that's it. So I lived actually 20 years in Belgium, and Dutch and Deutsch is kind of same, but different. Doesn't matter. So now I have your attention. Let's proceed. Look, when birds, when it's winter, birds do like they fly south. Did they go to a bird school to learn where to fly? No. Do they have like a personal mentor who shows them where to fly? No. Do they have so birds have a mechanism. It's not mind because they don't have any control about over it. It's a mechanism. What is a mechanism? Mechanism is when the trigger is right, the execution is guaranteed. The trigger is right. What is the trigger? Temperature. For a bird, temperature is the trigger to trigger the mechanism to fly south, right? Yes. So this is why, ladies and gentlemen, as a human being, we have also that mechanism, way stronger, way more advanced than the birds. It is in our subconscious mind. The subconscious is not the mind, it's a mechanism. So we can call it the subconscious mechanism. Did you know that each one of us, we were born to be successful, but programmed to be a failure? Also, one of the best quotes. Born to be successful, but programmed to be a failure. Why born to be successful? Because we were born with the success mechanism. I'm going to prove it to you. Have you seen ever a baby or a child who, like, when you give them like a jar full of candy, will it go like, oh, I'm just going to take one? No, it's going to take everything. It's a success mechanism. It's an abundance mechanism. Like, who has like a dog or a cat? Drop in the chat box. Like a dog or a cat. When you give that dog or a cat food, when does it stop? Like never. Like it can eat, 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 eat. So a cat will stop, or a dog or a cat will stop eating when? Tell me. Yeah, at the one point it will stop, of course. When it had enough. When it had enough. When the stomach is full. When will a person stop with eating? Different reasons, right? So now I'm going to say something. We're not going to talk about I'm not a person of conspiracy theories and Illuminati and all of those kind of things. I do believe in it, but that's not the place and the time for it. So, that success mechanism, because it's a mechanism, you can program it as you want. Trigger. You know what a trauma is? Like when you was a child and you saw something very abusive or something, that's like an emotion which was frozen in time, and that emotion haunts you throughout your life. But it needs a trigger. So that's why it's a mechanism. Again, proving that it's a mechanism. Okay. Now you understood that. I'm going to say something very crazy. Most of us right now, that mechanism of success has turned into a self-sabotage mechanism. I'm going to show you how. So imagine your identity is, I'm earning $2,000 per month. So that's your identity. It's hardwired and programmed into your identity that people should earn $2,000 per month. What if I would say people should earn $1 million per hour? How would you react to that? You will say you're crazy. So that success mechanism is turned into a self-sabotage mechanism. The trigger is, it's nonsense. What are you talking about? Like 1 million per minute is nonsense. It's just an example. So what will happen is, this trigger is like a thermostat at home. You know the smart homes have like a thermostat. When you put it at 25 degrees and you open a window, it gets colder, it will automatically put on the gas, so it will get 25 again. You know what I mean? So we have the same mechanism within our subconscious mechanism. When we go too far from our identity, the trigger will happen and we will self-sabotage ourselves. I'm going to give you an example. Again, if you have the identity of $2,000 per month and I'm going to give you 5,000, what will happen? Tell me. I'm gonna give you $5,000. What will happen? What will happen in 3 months? Identity change? No. You will waste it, and in 3 months, it will be the same. You will lose it. You know, Jim Rohn said, if I would give you a millionaire, you best become a millionaire. So if I would give you a million, you best become a millionaire overnight, otherwise you're going to lose it. It's like the thermostat. I put it on 25 degrees. I put all the windows open in hope that it will get 20 degrees. What will happen? It will not happen. At 24, mechanism put on, self-sabotage. It's self-sabotage. Other example. You earn $2,000 per month for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Consistency creates identification. Repetition creates identity. Constant spaced repetition, as Bob Proctor said it. Because your neurons is like a highway, but okay, that's another call. We need to have many calls, you know, to complete this all, but we will, hopefully. So yeah, look, imagine you are earning $2,000, $2,000, $2,000, $2,000, $2,000, and at 1 month, like in Europe, that's a thing. You know, in Dubai there is no taxes, but in Europe there are like taxes, and you get sometimes tax return. Like, okay, 1 month you get like 3K. What happens in that month? Expenses that were not there before. Who has that feeling like every time you earn more, you have like other expenses? Your bike broke, your car broke, you need to buy something, but actually that's an illusion. That's the self-sabotage mechanism that pushes you subconsciously to spend more. Why? You're going away from the 25 degrees. You need to go back again to 2000s. It needs to have an equilibrium. You know what I mean? Another example with relationships. Imagine your identity doesn't believe in a harmonious, perfect relationship. What will happen? After 5 days without any argument or fights with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, what will happen? You will make a fight out of nowhere. And when you're fighting, you're like, why are we fighting again? They're like, I don't know. Why? Because your identity is going away from the reality. We haven't fought in 5 days. Feels weird. I need to have a fight. And after that fight, you feel good. Oh, I love you again. And, you know, the identity is happy again because it's again 25 degrees. So believe it or not, you know, you not having the result, 99% is not in the action. You're doing everything you can. Okay, fine. And even if you're not doing everything you can, why is that? It's because your thoughts are self-sabotaging the emotions. It's because your personality is self-sabotaging the thoughts, and your emotions are self-sabotaging the actions. You get lazy. Once you see that result, you get panicked. Once you see that result, you get lazy. Once you see that result, you get complacent. Who had that? Okay, we hit the rank. Oh, I'm going to chill. Why? Because your identity says, oh, whoa, you're getting too far from your identity. Chill out. The result is getting too far from the identity. You need to get back. Self-sabotage come into place. So this is why when you have the identity of being overweight, you start seeing small results in the gym, you get complacent. Why? Your identity says, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We're losing our identity. Let's self-sabotage. Mechanism. It's like the bird flying south when it gets cold. Once you understand that, it's game over. But many of you will not understand this in this first call. But I truly wish that, you know, even if one person truly understand this, it's game over. So now your most important question should be then what? I have 9 minutes left. So what is your most important question to me right now? Tell it in the chat box. How do I what? Yes, exactly. How can I change my identity? This is the most powerful thing that you will ever do in your life. because all the rest is a mechanism. If you change your thermostat at home to 20 degrees and it gets 25, what will happen? It will get colder, even if you don't want to. So right now, the self-sabotage work will work into success mechanism again. It's a mechanism. Look, guys, I'm going to say something. If I'm not earning at least 10K per month, it's a mechanism which triggers and I start getting creative again. So I program myself. It's an identity change. I'm not focusing on the skills so much anymore, which they're very important, of course, especially in the beginning, super important. The actions, super important. Emotional intelligence, super important. Thoughts, super important. But the most important part in the beginning, while you're stuck right now, and that's a guarantee, it's because you don't see yourself truly as you want to be. You see yourself as you are while you're focusing on the result. Your result is shaping your identity, and that's the number one mistake. Forget about the result. Don't look at it. Look at yourself, how you want to become. How do you do that? Through constant spaced repetition. First of all, eliminate all people. I'm going to be very extreme here. I do not care. Eliminate all people from your life who affirm your old identity and start to surround yourself with people who push your new identity, who say to you like, bro, you can do it. Bro, you are worthy of it. Sis, you are beautiful. Don't listen to them. Sis, don't listen to them. You can do this. You got this. No matter what they say, keep going. Don't give up. So this is what you need right now. Eliminate all people from your life. I don't care how painful that is. You only live once. You will not share the grave with those people. Your life will be your life. When those people are in their grave, they're not thinking about you. They're thinking about their own decisions. They're thinking about their own life. I could not emphasize. I don't care if you call me like we're in a cult. This is like, you know, we're brainwashing. Yes, I'm brainwashing you for success. I do not care how you look at me. I care about your results. You have to be extreme. With extreme goals, they require extreme measures. Disclaimer. It has to be out of love. It has to be out of ethics. It has to be out of legality. It has to be out of gratitude. It has to be out of human factors. If it's out of love, if it's out of gratitude, if it's out of respect, if it's out of love, you can and you need to be extreme. How does that look like? Sorry, bro, I love you. I respect you. I do get your life, but I respect my life and my values and my future as well. Sorry, but I cannot listen to you any longer. I cannot accept your truth as the only truth. I want to create my own truth. I want to create my own life. I want to create my own identity for me and for my future children, for my future generations. So sorry, but you are not right. Everything can be cheap. Everything can be good. Everything can be respectable. I can be successful. I can become a multimillionaire. So this is what you need to do. Number one, eliminate all people with love and gratitude and respect. Very important. Otherwise, you are the bad environment. Bad news. But you can also be a bad environment for other people. And most of the things, your mouth is the closest to your ear. You can be your own hater. You can be your own number one fan. So number thing, eliminate all people who contradicts your new identity. Number one. Number two is create that identity. Don't think like, look, guys, don't think about, okay, I want to become a director. The director is not who you are. 10K is not what you are. 10K is what you have. A six-figure trading account is not what you are, is what you have. A trader is not who you are. It's a skill that you have. There is no such thing as a successful trader. There is only a successful person who is successful in everything. It's a success mechanism. Come on, guys, wake up. Wake up. Very important. Don't strive for stupid things Like, don't strive to have 10K. If you identify yourself as a wealthy person and you protect that identity, believe me, you will have more than 10K. You know what I mean? You will be more than a six-figure trader. You will be more than a director. Don't limit yourself. Why would you set a goal as a director? Why would you set a goal as a six-figure trader? You can become a 10-figure trader. And to be honest, right now I don't know more ranks than director, the names and everything. I'm still studying them. So, you can be more. You can always be more than you set to be. Always. So don't set your goal on having things. Set your goal on becoming a person of value, of becoming a person of wealth. To be honest, you can take away everything that I have right now. I still will be wealthy because my identity is not connected and attached to the result. Number one key, once you understand that, you're unstoppable, unbeatable, undisputed. Look at Conor McGregor when he was fighting in Ireland in between I don't know, the dogs and the cats and the pigs and everything. What did he said? Conor McGregor. I will not parody him because it will be stupid, but like, I will be the number one fighter in the world. Stupid. So you see, he said that in the beginning. He said, "I'm the greatest." Muhammad Ali, what did he say? "I'm the greatest of all." Cristiano Ronaldo, who says, "I'm the GOAT." Lionel Messi says, "I'm the best." Always. When did they say that? After their first trophy? You live in an illusion. Before their first match. Their identity was right. This is why they have the consistency. This is why they have the talent, because it's a mechanism. As to Cristiano Ronaldo, why is he so successful? He will say, I don't know. It's like automatic. It's like automatic. It is what it is. So this is the last thing I want to say. The most important part, guys, is not doing the things best. It's being the best before your first move. It's having the confidence in yourself without having the results. It's being rich without having any money. It's being loved without any partner. It's being healthy, not having 1 kilogram result in the gym. And the third thing is how you achieve it is to constant spaced repetition, repetition, repetition. It sounds easy and it is easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. Repetition, repetition, repetition. This is why, like, look, guys, you say like, "Oh, bro, I do affirmations." Okay, you do 15 minutes per day affirmations, but what do you do 23 hours and 45 minutes? Because the moment you come home and you say, "I'm tired," that's an affirmation. The moment you look at your bank account and you say, "I don't know how to afford things," that's an affirmation. So you see, you really need to be constantly, and I'm truly meaning that, constantly in affirmations of your new identity, constantly. If you say to me, "You cannot do something," I will say, "I will not accept your reality. That's yours. That's not mine. You can do everything. I can do everything. I will not accept your," because that's an affirmation. And I will say, "I can do it. And you can do it too." Like, you really need to be obsessed by the constant spaced repetition that you go through your five senses. And last thing, promise, this is last thing. I can keep going like, because I truly want you to have the results. Truly, I truly mean it from the bottom of my heart. Is, guys, five senses is seeing, hearing, smelling, touching. What are you touching on a daily basis? You are trading in your sofa, in your room. Like, you cannot build $1 million empire in a, sorry to say, but like in an environment that reminds you on that you're a loser. Not possible. It's an affirmation with a contradiction. When I do my calls, ladies and gentlemen, I do them in 5-star. Okay, only this one because right now it's 11 at night. Only this one. But if I do my calls, I do it in 5-star hotels. You can say, "Yeah, bro, now you can afford it. You live in Dubai." Ladies and gentlemen, when I had 3 euros in my 3 euros, wow, that was a good day. When I had 30 cents on my bank account, I was sitting in the lobby until they kicked me out. I had a fake Louis V bag, which was literally rotting inside and falling apart, but I couldn't care less. I felt it. I didn't do it for the other people. You know, when people say don't fake it, I would say fake it. Fake it for yourself. Fake it until you make it, because you have to do it for yourself in the first place. Like people say, don't be someone else, but you have to become someone else. Hello. In order for you to have other results, you have to become someone else. And people who are not willing to have other results, they're not willing to do what it takes, they will remind you, be yourself, stay yourself. You know, I always say, if I'm myself, I will never have other results. For me to have other results, I need to become someone else. Sorry if you want to have the same results next year as the last year, but I want to make quantum leaps. So I need to become someone else. Either you become someone else with me, either I say, thank you, I respect you, and I see you at the top. Thank you guys for this. Daniel, take it to you. Have a blessed evening, guys.
Wow, wow, wow. What a call, ladies and gentlemen. We under promise and over deliver, correct? Guys, that is the energy I was talking about. This man really knows what he's doing. Guys, this is a call. I'm just gonna make sure we post the recording. You guys have to duplicate this into your organization for the rest of your lives, okay? Because this right here is a foundation of so many things. You just listen to the blueprint, guys, and this is really information that they don't teach us, okay? So Baurjan, bro, thank you again that you were here, that for your service, man, for your kind words, just for your authenticity, bro, for your energy. Guys, make a story, mention it on Instagram, because that's the way you can also give gratefulness to him. And guys, I have nothing much to add because this call was so complete. Let's go now, guys. Let's take everything into action, because this information is only powerful if you put it into action, guys. Let's do the best out of it. I wish everybody a great night. And just imagine what one decision can do. It will always be worth it. Have a good one. Bye bye.